Hi guys, Mr. P here with another video. This week looking at 10 things you'll find in every staff room. So let's start with number 1. The different types of mugs and cups you find in the staff cupboard. There are a whole range of these. Let's have a look at the first one. Looks something like this. Now this is more precious than any PDC certificate, BA certificate, whatever you've got for qualifying as a teacher, because this is when you know you've made the difference. You are the world's best teacher. There's one of your children after the first year of teaching them have given you this as a present and you treasure it. It is a gift like no other. However, once you've had your 35th World's Greatest Teacher mug, you decide to donate them to the school. The next cup you'll find is something that looks like this, the inspirational cup. The next cup I'm gonna have to speak about carefully. You know this type, the one that has the teacher's name on it, and no one but that teacher can touch or use this cup. You know, if you even look at this cup in the wrong way, you're gonna be in trouble. And finally, the last cup you'll find in every staff room, the Beast, the Sports Direct massive mug. And no one ever uses it. It sits there in the cupboard for most of the time. If all the cups have been used and that's the only one left, you have to make your brew in it. And it's only about an hour later when it suddenly hits you, your bladder's gone. You're having to ask yourself for permission to use the toilet. Number 2, let's have a talk about all the different types of cutlery you'll find in the staff room. You always find something like this. We call it the Yori Geller spoon. No one knows what's happened to this spoon, but no one can even use it, yet it sits there and it'll stay in the staff room forever and a day. You'll always have plastic forks and knives from the staff party you had a few years ago for someone's retirement. Tupperware. There's always tons of Tupperware left in the staff room. None of it ever matches though. You'll have lids from one and the bottoms from the other. And finally, the odd bits of cutlery, plates that have come from the dining room when a staff has decided to get a school dinner but just can't be bothered to take back the knives and forks and plates. Number 3, you'll always have your notice board in the staff room. Around all that information, you'll usually have some of these things. You'll have a motivational quote. Someone decides to inspire everyone and prints off one of these inspirational quotes. Something like this. Or something like this. The next thing you'll find is information about the unions, an NUT poster perhaps. And you might even get one of these posters with the designated staff member who is the NUT representative. However, that staff member hasn't been at the school for years. No one's seen or heard of them for I don't know how long. The other thing you'll find in and around the notice board is a list of names. And this could be for a number of reasons. Some of them you quite happily add your own name to. If it's a staff night out, you'll put your name into that. If it's chippy on a Friday, you add your name into that. However, you do not want to be on this list, the list of people who haven't paid the tea money. Number 4, let's talk about all the stationery you find in a staff room. Tons of it, pens, pencils, rubbers, rulers, markers. However, none of it ever works. Somewhere in the corner of the staff room is a pile of magazines. And those magazines are from a staff member who subscribed to it years ago. And again, that staff member no longer works at the school. Yet month in, month out, you get one of these magazines. They're full of useful information and brilliant ideas. No one ever touches them. Because if you're seen reading one of these teacher magazines, you are deemed the ultimate teacher geek. You'll always find in that pile loads of sample schemes of work people have picked up on courses and conferences. Number 6, we're talking about the plant. The lonely plant of the staff room, just hanging in there. Should have died a few years ago, but by some miracle it's still going. Someone suddenly one day realises that, hang on, no one's watering the plant. You're going to hold a staff meeting to decide who's going to be the plant coordinator. Number 7, there's always a member of staff who is also a member at Costco. And so you never just get a little pot of coffee. You'll always see the industrial size Nescafe sitting on the side of the staff room. Somewhere in the staff room there'll be some sort of card or collection for you to contribute to. It could be someone's birthday, a 30th, a 40th, a 50th, or even a 60th. It could be someone getting married, someone going on maternity, or someone even retiring. There's always that member of staff that when they should be signing the card decide to take 45 minutes to read everyone else's messages. You never know what to put, do you? Do you go for something witty and humorous, or do you go for something heartfelt? In the end, you just decide on good luck and sign your name. Number 9, let's talk about all the furniture you find in a staff room. I'm sure there's a certain type of chair that you will only find in the staff room of schools. They are so low to the ground, you're pretty much on the floor. If you've got a bad back, you've got absolutely no chance, and usually the colour is blue. The main focal point of the staff room is always the clock. Straight from IKEA, usually looks like this, or it might look like this. And you will see teachers at the corner of their eye every lunchtime looking at the clock with one of 2 reactions. Yes, we've got another 10 minutes. Surely that can't be the time already. Which brings us finally to number 10, which is the cakes and the sweets that you always find in a staff room. It might be someone's birthday. However, there's now a trend among teachers where one of them decides to watch the Great British Bake Off and so suddenly thinks they are gifted in baking, think they could win the whole show and impress Mary Berry, and so bring in some of their creations. And most of the staff decide to eat them thinking, oh, they look quite nice, but upon tasting them realise the mistake they have made. And it's only after this, when half of the staff are off with a bug, that you realise it was down to the dreadful baking. It could be worse, you could be subjected to Snotty Johnny's concoctions. Rather than buying you a mug, he's decided to bake you some cakes and you're umming and ahhing as to whether to taste them. Is it worth the risk? Has he got any of his snail trails into the mixture there to make the cakes? The worst thing you find in the staff room is the Quality Street tin. You see it out the corner of your eye and you think, oh, I'd love one of them. And you walk over to it, pull open the lid, empty. Some strange reason someone has decided to leave the empty tin just to wind you up. Right, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please follow and like the pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.